Now I'm gonna show you how in Eclipse we gonna implement JUnit. So Eclipse come with the JUnit built-in function. You can see that, you can see here, you can make JUnit classes and make your own JUnit unit testing thing. Uh, J- Test driven development becomes very easy to organize and implement. The class that you will want to test is created first, so that Eclipse will be able to find that class is when you will build the test case class. The test cases are built with the needed imports and extension to get JUnit to run. Once the test case class is built, the actual test case class are then coded in the programmer. Like you can see, we have a coffee maker main program, coffee maker test case program. See, it's the same. We have inventory, add inventory program, which has all the function of inventory adding, like add inventory, milk, units of coffee, units of sugar, units of chocolate, coffee inventory, milk inventory, sugar inventory, chocolate inventory. We get all the functionalities here. And we have this main thing where there is a recipe, purchase beverages recipe, name, user money. We will make different class, and it will set the amount and to make the perfect recipe. So you can see the recipe class is also here. There are few more which we already have made. Inventory main, this is a main. So in this main, we can see that read in amount coffee, starting on coffee string, and we have all the functionalities like delete recipe. We have function for that. We have set some rules which ingredient will be recipe will be deleted from our coffee maker. And then we have also we have unit test. We have unit test for coffee maker. So you can see the kind of test cases are there. We have JUnit framework test case, coffee maker test case, private recipe with R1, R2, R3, R4, which will be our test cases. So each test case have a different value of price, different value of coffee, different value of milk, and it will check it is integer value or other thing, or same like each recipe for the test case has a different set of integers and different set of values for different set of functions, like name, price, coffee, and sugar and chocolate. So in this case we will delete, edit recipe, check inventory, will all see the different types of function will work here. So when you want to run your test case, what you gonna do is you gonna go to run, and you gonna select your test case. Like here we are checking for coffee maker test. So we are gonna uncheck all the other test cases, and we will select only coffee maker, and we will proceed now. So as you can see, the test case is finished. Here because of some problem, all the test case has failed to run, and the all test case has ran properly, but they have failed because of these are the warnings which has in which they had failed in this case. the same like we will see for recipe test. So in this recipe test we have set the perfect things like hot chocolate, coffee maker recipe and other things. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna run this test case in recipe test case. So we're gonna unselect all other test cases and OK and proceed. So in this case you can see that the test case has passed. There are no errors and it has ran properly. So this test case is passed properly to in this code. So in this way you can even check the other test case, like we have already checked coffee maker test case, purchase beverages recipe test and inventory test. So this was not test yet. Inventory extend test is what there are 2-3 recipes, so it will check the inventory, new inventory or coffee enough ingredient are there or not to make the exact coffee. To run this test case again we will do the same thing which we did before. We will do inventory test and select the other one. We'll proceed and you can see this test case has also passed with zero failure and zero error. So in this way with the JUnit in Eclipse you can test the classes and test each and every thing and every recipe and every inventory, every purchase beverages. We have also made some other unit testing, and we have made JUnit libraries, and we have made all the program. So you can even see we can run total all the recipe, all the program at the same time. Like just go to the program and run as Java application. So this will basically run your program. So you can see that in console we can run from this on also. We can run our program. So our program has ran properly, and you can see in the output area there is a welcome to coffee maker. You can choose anything like add recipe, delete recipe, edit recipe, add inventory, check inventory, exit, and many more things. So I'm gonna show you now how we gonna run our program and check. So as I showed you, this is showing welcome to the coffee maker program. You can see console. Wait a second. Okay, so here is the console where you can see it has asking me to add recipe, delete recipe, edit a recipe, add inventory, check inventory, make a coffee. So first we're gonna press 1 and see what happens. So it is asking us the name of the recipe. We have many names for the recipe. We'll press latte. So you can add anything like when you are adding a recipe you don't need to be specific. So then they are asking us the please enter the price for the recipe. So I'm gonna do it randomly like 80. Please enter the units of coffee in the recipe. So it is asking how much coffee we need in our recipe. So I'm gonna write 3. Basically how much milk we need in, so milk for 1 and sugar for like we 10 cubes, so 10. Please enter the chocolate. So latte, so chocolate is will be 1. So you can see it has latte has successfully been added to our recipe list. In this way, and now I'm gonna show you. We'll now try to delete some recipe like 2. So it has no, it has 4 showing me. So we have just added a 4th recipe named latte. So we gonna delete that recipe. I am gonna type 4 here. So latte has successfully been deleted from here. So now we gonna try our third option, which is edit a recipe. So I'm gonna type 3 here. So there are 4 recipe here is showing. So I'm gonna go for again for latte 4. So it has accessing me to edit the recipe I just added before as latte. So I am gonna change the name to chocolate. I can also change the price like 90. I can also change the price in units, milk also. So unit of milk like 22 to what you would like to. Okay, sugar we want is like 10, and chocolate will be extra chocolate, so 50. So latte could not be edited because there might be some problem, because chocolate must be over or something, not integer value or something. So that does make our one of the test case. And while now we are gonna check the fifth check the inventory. So I'm gonna type 5. So I am gonna, so in this video I am gonna type 5. Check the inventory. So again it is showing, we're gonna run it again. So 5 will check the inventory. So 5 will coffee is equal to 15. We have took everything default as a 15, like coffee, milk, chocolate, sugar, and everything. We have taken everything as a 15. So whenever we add or delete something after that, that will add to 15 or minimize from the 15, which is already default value. And so now we gonna type 6 here. So we have typed 6, which is make a coffee, but there is no particular thing we can do for. So it is all the null because we have not added any recipe yet. So it will not make coffee properly. So once we add all the recipes and inventories and all, we can use this and make a coffee. and in the end when we type 0, it will exit the coffee center. So in this way our coffee maker works properly, and we have made test cases for this, which we show some test case, some of the things we write which does not work properly, like when I when I enter uh, when I enter 1 and I run. So when I'm gonna enter 1, it will ask me the name of the recipe. So when I enter any integer, it will accept it, but when I write any character in the price menu, it will not accept it, and it will ask me to input an integer. So this makes a test case like to put only an integer value in recipe or anything else. So you can see also that when I run it again, so when I type 1, which is integer, wait a second. So when I type 1, it will ask me the name of the recipe. So when I am doing adding any integer value in the recipe name as well as alphabet with it, the problem is that the program is accepting the integer value as well as alphabet value, which is not properly valid for coffee name. So this test case has passed, but the value is invalid, which is not proper. So it is indirectly incorrect. So in this way you can make many test cases, like you can check like in inventory, when we run it again and we type inventory, add an inventory 4. So please enter the nets of coffee to add. So if I add 500, it will add in inventory, but it will not check properly whether it is adding or not. So this is also the test case which has failed, but so in this way we can make more test cases.